All right, on today's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our smart contracts project. Let's have a look at what we're going to be going over today. Yesterday, we did some light reading inside of our Titanoboa favorites project interactive hyper contract module. Yesterday, we went over the process of actually storing our report number to a variable, and the variable we're going to use is the RPC underscore URL. So let's go into our contract and see what it looks like actually. And we're going to actually take a look at that .env file, which is short for environment. And we're going to see where we store those important pieces of information. Now, also note that the .env file is its own file inside of the folder, so we won't find it inside of the deploy favorites.py file. You see it here inside of the .env, so you can actually click on the .env file, and you can see here we have our RPC equals URL. And we're actually going to use that as a variable to store our port number, as you can see here. And you can also see here we have our private key as a variable, and that's going to be holding one of our private keys. I'm not going to go over that now because we're going to go over that later on in the module. So just stay tuned for that. I just want to show you guys what it looks like when we store our RPC or RPC underscore URL as a variable to hold our port number. And we can go back to our deploy favorites.py file, and you can see where we're actually using the URL right here, the RPC URL as a variable. So we don't have to plug in that entire port number. We can use the variable that we have it stored to for shortcuts and things like that to make our code a lot more easier to read and a lot more easier to handle. You can also see here we have that private key implemented here as a variable. This is what's going to hold our private key, but again, we didn't get that far yet, so I'm just going to leave that off for now. I'm not going to explain it to you. So that's what it looks like so far. Our .env file holds our variables, which holds our important numbers or our important information, and we can use that to store our variables that we're going to be using inside of our deploy favorites.py file. But of course, I will keep you posted every step of the way. For now, this is the Python Papi. You guys stay Gucci.